Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday morning. It's time for a high note. I want you to go with me on a little journey right here. I want to see how this makes you feel. Come and walk with me a little bit. You know, this is some place that I love to come, and a lot of people don't seem to care to go with me on this place, on this little journey here. We go into the woods and we find a little opening that looks kind of like that in the middle of a hill. And then I walk a little closer and it looks like a door. And that is a door. And so, how many of you would go in this door on the side of this hill back into the mound of mountain behind it? How many of you would open this door and see what's behind it? Well, let's just see. Now, how many of you are going to walk back in there with me? Come on with me. Here we go. Let's don't forget our little friends right here. You see them? Oh, maybe they won't drop on our heads, but they're crawling everywhere. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. How about that? It's pretty interesting, isn't it? This is what we call a tater hole. There you go. That's your journey for this morning. That's our excitement. Now we're going to walk back to the light. We're going to go back outside. We're going to go back down where we started. You know, many of us go through this time and go through this effort and go through this moment where we have uncertainty in our life. You know, I can remember when I graduated high school, feeling that excitement, feeling that it was part thrilled and part terrified because I didn't know what was going to happen next. And so, you know, I had to figure out how to deal with all that. And so I'm going to put this right here so I can talk to you a little bit. You know, I think about the time when I got through with college and I started my first job. JC just started his first job. And those times where we feel uncertain, just like when we were standing in front of the tater hole door. You know, not a lot of people would open that door and go in it, especially when you open it up and there's a dark hole going back into the middle of the earth. But I think about what comes on the other side of uncertainty. You know, I think about all the times that we're going through now. I think about when I started into marriage with Ellen and we started our family and all of those things. I was thrilled, but I was terrified because it was uncertain times. You know, I'm taken back to where we're at today with this COVID crisis. You know, these are very uncertain times. We don't know when it's going to end. We don't know if it's going to end. We don't know what lies on the other side, what life looks like, how it's going to be normal or abnormal on the other side. But it's all uncertain, isn't it? You know, we've got the racial tension that's uprising in this country, and there's, you know, racial problems that we as a society need to take care of. And we don't know what it's going to look like on the other side. We know what we think it should look like, but we're still uncertain. We've got an election coming up. And whether you're on this side or that side of the political realm of understanding, you've got a part of you that is thrilled about the possibilities, but we've also got these things that we're terrified about what could come because it's uncertain. You know, I'm reminded about a father-son team in the Bible. And this was David, King David and Solomon. Two of the greatest men in the Bible. And so God was teaching them, you know, when David was running and getting ready to take over the kingship from Saul, he had to seek out God's plan and God's purpose because he was uncertain of what the future held. And God gave these words to him. He said, I will instruct you and I will teach you the way that you should go. I will counsel you with a loving eye on you. And then later, years later, his son Solomon wrote down these words that we all know, Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Acknowledge me, God said, in everything that you do, and I'll make your path straight. So I want to tell you this morning, on this Tuesday morning, I want you to embrace uncertainty, because God is going to write some of the best chapters of your life in the times where we're a little bit thrilled and we're a little bit terrified. So today, go out into this Tuesday embracing the uncertainty.